We are done with the trend of 3-0s, as it has been broken in the last set we casted. We'll not continue here anyway. In the top right is EleGant, and he is brown. Top left is NoisE, and he is blue. EleGant and NoisE are correct. We will be going Fighting Spirit, and then on game 4, it will be on Outsider. And should we need a final game, and it is tied up 2-2, the last game will be on Jade. Returning to the first map of the set. Alright. So. Yeah, as I said, like, NoisE. Excuse me. NoisE should have been able to do a lot more with his 4 factory attack, but he didn't lay any mines from any of his vultures, and he had a lot of vultures. And at that early of the game, there's just no excuse to not be laying all those mines. Would have made that deck a lot better. The reason he wasn't laying mines is because he's just moving in just slightly too fast. I mean, he didn't want to take the time to lay mines. He just really wanted to take out the third as fast as possible. But I don't think he could have won the game with that attack in any way. He needed to just play it a little bit slower and just accept that the third's going to go down if I siege up on this high ground, and I'm just going to siege up on the high ground and take out the third. I'm going to force my opponent to attack up the ramp at me, and everything's going to be absolutely cheery. Yo, clearly, guy in my chat, you should definitely make that a trend. You're in SGS, and you're in SAS, you should be in SOS, SPS, SQS, SRS, SSS. Just try to join as many clans as you can that go S blank S. Do it. And then have your name. Like, put them all in your name when you go and play in a tournament. Be great. No. No, it can't just be SS. There has to be something in between. It's stupid if it's just SS. Alright. Okay. So we have our 2 gateways from EleGant. And we have we have range upgrading. He hasn't thrown down his robo yet, so we might see him get a little bit aggressive with this, as there is no wall here from NoisE. Ooh. Well, this could be a nice little opportunity from EleGant. He's going to be able to get up the ramp, certainly before the first tank gets out with the Dragoon. And if he keeps funneling in Dragoons, he might be able to make something pretty good happen here. There are 3 Marines. 1 Dragoon can beat 3 Marines with some proper micro here. But EleGant doesn't want to try. Where's more Dragoons? There's more Dragoons. Where they stopped? Yeah, they stopped to pick off a scouting SCV. Huh, and it looks like he's gonna... it's gonna be close. I think that EleGant would be able to get up the ramp if it wasn't for the Marines, but NoisE should be able to delay with 5 Marines long enough, now 6 Marines, for that tank to get out, so that the Dragoons can't get up the ramp to pick it off. Oh wow. You have a Citadel and a Templar Archives. EleGant. EleGant with the DTs. Looking like it. And NoisE trying to stall. Trying to stall the Dragoons until the tank gets here. And the tank's here. EleGant's going to be forced to pull back. Alright. And NoisE getting a starport. We did see this a lot from him in the group stages. He loved to build a starport in all of his matchups, which I can't argue with him. When NoisE was playing best, it was when he was getting his drop game really running. And Fighting Spirit's not good for drops. Like, as far as it goes, it's like, it's the worst you could be for drops, but it still can be good if you just commit to it and really get in at the right angles you need to find. I mean, EleGant already has Dragoon here, already has Pylon here, so he's covering himself against the drops. But alright. So first two DTs is what I was trying to say there. There is an eBay up. I don't see any turrets. EleGant just does shit. And NoisE should be able to stop 2 DTs. But, you know, he doesn't have any goddamn turrets. This is 1 DT. He's like turned around. He's going to turn around. It's like nothing's going to be there. He's like, oh, what happened, guys? Oh. Mines being laid down. And the mines will be able to take out the DT along with the 2 vultures. But this DT as... Oh, no! That DT! It just barely activated that mine. And that should not have happened at all. Oh, no! EleGant! That DT should have worked. That DT should have killed everything. Because it would have come down here. It would have taken out the siege tank. That siege tank would not have 3 kills on Dragoons. 3 more Dragoons would have been able to come up. And the DT, as long as it didn't pull in before moving up, as long as it stayed on the outside, it totally would have missed the mine. And he would have been able to start killing SCVs. The SCVs couldn't have transferred anywhere. Oh, EleGant! EleGant! 2 more DTs. But now there are some turrets. And scan. Should be trying to avoid the tank there. Get that Dragoon. Yeah, I can't get into a spot to hit the turret. So turret goes down. There is only 1 turret here. And no mines. So 2 DTs can easily just run up here, eat the tank shot, and be perfectly fine. If they want to. Ugh. DT's moving in once again, stopping turret construction. Definitely a shame. I think EleGant could be getting a lot more out of these DTs here. Is Vulture doing a little bit of harass, picking up 2 probe kills and laying a couple of mines. Should be annoying if EleGant wants to move in with DTs again. Man, those brown DTs camouflage so well with the ground. Specifically this one. Like, his head totally looks like that little bit of rubble. You know what? That's a question I've had about DTs. And by had, I mean just came up with right now. After this Vulture harass, which is going to get 2 probes. Alright. Okay. So, clearing out the DT. And the Dragoon. Here's a DT. See how its head's white? It has white hair. It totally looks like Dracula. And that's cool. Why doesn't it have white hair in this picture? Why do all DTs have white hair in their sprite and then black hair in their picture? I think, you know what's going on? This DT is online dating. So, like, it doesn't want to admit to all the chick DTs that it's actually going white and getting old. So this is like its profile picture on the DT dating site. And it's like black hair and he looks all good. He looks all cool. He has like, he's actually putting up that bandana to cover his acne. Because he's, oh, EleGant. Because he simultaneously is old enough to have white hair, but also has acne. So he's got to cover that up. And that's just like his profile picture. To make him look really hot to all the girl DTs. That's it. It's definitely why the DTs have white hair in StarCraft, and then black hair there. Solved it. It's not a cap. Like, if it was a cap, then the cap would be in the profile picture. Damn it. EleGant, are you making another DT? Damn it, he's not. It's not a cap. Alright. There we go. Actually, that vulture has managed to do a lot of damage. 7 kills on that one. Or at least I think it was 7. So that was really weird. My lights just flickered all on and off. In kind of a sinister manner. Like if it wasn't the absolute middle of the day. Might be a little bit concerning. Man, that light. Goddamn fluorescent light bulbs. So, EleGant's taking a lot of damage. In the DTs, they were successful in and of themselves, but it really doesn't match the amount of damage that NoisE has been able to do with the vulture so far. Like picking up 10 or so SCVs, or 10 or so probes, if not more. He did get 2 dropships. I'm not sure that 2 were really necessary, but... Anyway, pylon's down, so NoisE can land his command center. NoisE is going to be getting his 3rd base well before EleGant's is, and he has even more supply. And EleGant's going to be attacking 3 siege tanks up a ramp. Keep moving in, EleGant. Keep moving in. It's actually going to work a lot better than I thought it was going to. Somehow EleGant managed to like perfectly spread out his goons so they didn't take splash damage. And he can stop that expansion. Like, that expansion's going down. Alright. EleGant will pull ahead just a little bit in supply, but that's before the vultures come back in. Laying mines, going to push the goons back, create an opening for the vultures to get in, and oh, the vulture harass for NoisE. NoisE is like, he is Foreigner Fantasy. That's all he does. Drops and vulture harass. Drops and vulture harass, man. And it worked. It's working. It's another 8 kills of mine been destroyed. Okay, if it's multi-kill. Okay, when it says 8 probes, multi-kill, 8 probes have been destroyed. But the S is in parentheses, as if potentially you could have a multi-kill of only 1. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But I'll argue about the semantics of the program later. EleGant's going to come up here again, and once again, NoisE is not using his vultures to actually defend the siege tanks. So while he's able to get some good harass off, it does mean that every time he tries to siege up that hill, EleGant's just able to run up with dragoons. Alright. So, yet another vulture run by. This time I'm not going to be getting a whole lot. Does lay a couple of mines up at the top of the ramp, but obviously observers are out, so it's not a huge issue. And yet it's gonna get a couple hits off on the dragoons. He had an observer. There it is. Just like bring that back. Maybe we want to clear out the mine. No. Okay. So. So. Do now finally have an armory. It's a pretty late armory for NoisE. I mean, it's not ridiculously late, and it's going to be in time for when he would need Goliaths. But if you wanted to go for better upgrades, it's pretty late. That's 7 idle probes? That is 7 idle probes. Anyway, he's getting the science facility too, so he can start making science vessels, as he already has the control tower on the starport. Whenever he so desires, or at least whenever he's not supply blocked. EleGant is now finally getting up his 3rd and simultaneous 4th base. So EleGant, I mean, he should be hurting a lot more on economy than he is now, but because of all the Vulture has from NoisE, it's allowed him to stay a little bit more mined up than he would be normally, and oh no. Okay. That could have been a lot worse with NoisE, who was totally trying to move through an invisible army. But yeah, then he scanned and he realized, oh, there's actually not that much here, and he could totally overwhelm it. Alright. So yeah, EleGant has problems. He has 1 Arbiter. That isn't helping him out a whole lot. He does have, okay, he has 2 Arbiters. He should probably be using these Arbiters to, like, attack stuff, because NoisE doesn't have any Goliaths yet. And maybe he could pick off a tank. He just loaded up some Zealots. Alright. Like, scan going down, just trying to pick off the invisible Zealots, and it is going to get them. I don't think a single siege tank has been lost at this point. All the vultures are gone, except for this one, but all the siege tanks are still alive, which means that they can just do a whole mess of damage. Send a couple of them up here to take out this base, 2 of them down here to take out this base, and then leave the other 10 just to guard. No scan. No, could have killed that zealot. So NoisE is not going to siege up here, and is not going to take out this base. But he might take out this one, which would be pretty good. Did he have scan left? Yeah, he totally had scan left. Alright. That's good. So, Nexus goes down, and most of the probes go down. Almost all of them. A couple of them left up there. There we go. Getting 12 of them. So, oh man, my chat, so distracting. Talking about politics, because I like politics a lot. I'm all about the politics, but I should be probably commenting on how EleGant is losing his entire army right now, and is losing his 3rd base. This shouldn't have happened. I don't know what he meant by that. Like, this shouldn't have happened because he totally should have won with those DTs earlier in the game? Maybe. This shouldn't have happened because he totally shouldn't have let that Vulture ass happen? Maybe. Alright.